Hello from a very tired face. I'm determined to get the next video up this weekend. It's Wednesday today. Because it's been a while. There is quite a bit to report, let's put it that way, but nothing that you could make look nice visually. Maybe this is quite a good opportunity to catch you up on things. I think my last video was the one during Carnival, right? So quite a few things have happened since then. I did go on my first little business trip to Munich, which made it feel so nice and a little bit more real, which is something I really needed to make me feel like I'm moving forward. A friend of mine owns his own business in Munich and wanted to see if I can help him with the marketing a little bit. So we did a workshop to figure out different routes that we can go. And it just felt really nice to be in a different environment, enjoy some good food, enjoy some sunshine. I also spent some time with other close friends that I don't get to see much. So all in all, a really nice and nourishing experience. It is Sunday again. But it's beautiful outside, beautiful weather, and I have had a bit too much screen time yesterday. I was doing a lot of work yesterday. So I've been on the phone and on the computer quite a bit. So I'm gonna seize the opportunity now to go outside for a long walk. I was contemplating going for a run, but on my period, truth be told, and I don't feel secure enough to go running. That's just life for a woman. So I am going for a long walk instead, and I feel like I need to get some stuff on paper. I want to take a notebook. I finished my beautiful mirror water notebook. Literally, where have I got it? I got it. Literally, like scribbling on the very inside here. So this is all done, and I haven't come around to get a new one or a replacement yet. But I feel like I need to put pen to paper. I could obviously also take notes on my phone, but no, not today. So I'm going to take a little, well, I have this little, I'm going to take this one for now, which isn't great, but it's okay. And then I'm going to head out for a long walk by the river, sit in the sun, gather my thoughts, maybe get a hot beverage because I don't drink coffee at the moment, but there's other stuff. And yeah, that is what I'm up to. So I will take the camera along. It's blinking at me because the battery is down, so it might also be iPhone footage from here on. Let's see. This is my official blanket comfort of an outfit, which I wear almost every day, to be honest. Just like 501 Levi's, Uniqlo t-shirt, Uniqlo jumper in navy. This coat is from Cezanne from years ago, and the shoes is a Finnish brand, which I've also had for years and years, and I bought it because of the M for Mella. Money, AirPods, mobile. This bag I got years ago in New York, and I remember I got it in a store. I still remember because I have a drawn map of where it was. Chester Wallace is the designer. And I remember the sales argument was that it was designed to fit a 6-pack of beer. And I was like, that's an excellent argument. How times change. someone's already upset, but okay, I'm headed for another osteo appointment, actually, not physio, osteo today. I know it seems like that's all I ever do is go to physio and osteo appointments, but it is a weekly occurrence at the moment to look after my shoulder pain. And I'm also gonna take the opportunity to get a new notebook, finally. We're back to rain and cold and fairly grumpy, as you may notice, after having one day of what felt like spring. And I keep coming to the conclusion that I cannot do this again. I've been quite focused on like setting up everything for the business and like got my head stuck in that. So I guess that's why I was kind of okay with curling up inside and sort of not going outside too much or not being able to go outside too much because the weather was so crap. But yeah, no, not again. We need different plans for next year, or this year actually. Okay, riveting content. I had found an A gold jeans on Vinted for a very, very good price. They're manufactured in Turkey, I think, but it's an LA label. And I've been looking at them for years, literally. So now I just need to see if it fits. Because if it doesn't, this footage is never going to make the light of day. I'll tell you that much. Okay, love the wash already. I don't have any in that. I don't have a light jeans like that. I did what you shouldn't be doing. I did buy a dupe when it first came out and never wore it. I'm not holding in my breath, by the way, which is a good sign. Okay, let's have a look. So these are the ones that have the crisscross, not zipper closing, and it also has this detail at the back, which I'm liking. Yeah, I know where people are hyping them. So these have been my day-to-day activities over the past few weeks. I've spent a lot of time working on my shoulder, as you can see, trying to get it back on track because it's annoying me. Also had some journaling sessions and trying to get outside during the still grey weather in Cologne. But I've been quite good in keeping my exercise regime going, and next to my bar classes I also go for a run whenever the body and the weather feels right. And apart from that, I will catch you up on the rest right now. So I have registered my company to start trading from the 30th of March, so in a couple of weeks' time. That was the last possible, or as close to the last possible date I could register it in order to be eligible for the funding. And but yeah, that's great. I've also finished the business plan and the finance plan, and I've had approval from sort of an external authority that is viable. And that is part of the whole application process I need for the funding. What has been a drag is the application for the funding. Because this is something that I'm highly reliant on one single person in the job center. And that's a really annoying situation because that person is extremely overworked, which I have sympathy for. I've been there. But at the end of the day, I'm like just a number on their list. I'm just one of 100 emails in their inbox. So I had to become one of these really annoying, nagging people. So yeah, that has been a struggle for me mentally, to be honest, because I have kept working on things in the back end. What it's been good for is that it's given me time to organize myself and set up sort of a back end system that will come in really useful once I get started, to be organized. And I have still worked with people that could potentially become my first clients. I've sent out my first proposals. I've sent out first outreach emails, all of that. But none of it felt 100% real because I don't know if it's actually going to go ahead. Now, the good thing is that I was annoying enough to get her on the phone last week and agree to an appointment. As she said, it's looking positive. She can't see a reason why she won't give me approval because I've done a good job, blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to be too dramatic about it, but it's been an interesting learning curve for me because I feel like this won't be the last time that I depend on not only authorities, but one single person who has the control over how my life is gonna turn out over the next few months. Yeah, that's it. Tomorrow I have a little human design session, which I'm looking forward to. I need to prepare for it. I need to prepare some questions for it, so I might come back on later to talk you through it because I just find it really interesting, and I did have several sessions last year, and I now want to have one to talk about how I can apply it to me as a business person. So that's going to be interesting. So there are a few good things lined up for the rest of the week. Another thing I've started doing, which I have recorded myself, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna include it in this video, but I've started to doing like ice baths for my face. So basically just putting ice cubes in a bowl with cold water and then dunking my face in it. The whole cold plunge trend is out there right now, right? And I've read somewhere that if you do it just for your face at home, it has a similar effect in terms of clarity, and deep puffiness is always welcome when it comes to my face. So yeah, I started doing that and it's good. I quite like it. I feel very silly doing it. Yeah, so that's kind of, I briefly wondered if that could bring on heavy periods as well. So if anyone has an opinion on that, let me know. But I think that's just me being paranoid. I think it's just my body saying, slow down, de-stress mentally, and chill the F out. All right, I'm gonna go. And yeah, see you later.